Thank you for tuning again, you, the viewer. Once again, I'm sharing with you my predicament in life. Certain cards were dealt to my family, and they were handed death on a silver platter, and it's called cancer and tragedy. The sadistic justice system unfairly punished my brother and I. My dad basically had me as his full-time caregiver for about 5-6 years. I quit my job and did that while he struggled on his small pension to pay the mortgage and afford the bills and everything here. And simultaneously, on his good days, I would do consulting work, and I would fix the house, the studio here, as you can see in some of my earlier videos. And we didn't really have much of a plan other than we could keep making art in the hopes that we could sell it, because he knew he was going to die with a lot of debt. And because of the court thing now, I'm now in a tremendous amount of debt, but I have now the ability to save my house from foreclosure. However, I'm tasked with the difficult choice now what to do with all this artwork, and feeling like not a lot of people liked, loved, or cared about my mother, father, or me, and I feel like much of the world mistreated me and my family and misunderstood us, and they never got famous, nor did they get the recognition that they deserved as artists. And it's painful for me to think that there's a lot of people out there buying art, especially the rich, wealthy people who don't see this as something they'd be interested in. And it kind of bothers me because I know there's a lot of people out there who were very loving and kind to us, specifically our friends who became our family. And I've always felt like I was an outcast, like I was different, that I never fit in. And as I got more mature and self-confident, I didn't really care. And I embraced that and I accepted it. However, I think the hard thing is to sort of like accept that there's just a lot of people who just don't appreciate this art that I'm trying to sell, that they don't want it. It's not that it's not good. Maybe it's just they don't get it. I don't know. For me, I've seen a lot of beautiful art in my life. I've seen a lot of beautiful, amazing things, and I haven't quite seen anything as spectacular as these. Some pretty amazing paintings, and the more you look at them, the more they reveal these cool things about it. And I would like to see these in a gallery. I'm trying to honor my dad's legacy, but also make ends meet here. It's been extremely expensive. We've, as a family, struggled financially for many years. And I have a bachelor's degree. I have a limited skill set. AI has pretty much made me almost obsolete. Je parle français. Je fais du truc avec des ordinateurs. I can fix computer stuff a little. Not very techy, and I speak French. I've done a lot of things with my hands, and yet I still struggle to find employment that pays enough for me to have a quality of life that doesn't consist of a constant stress and worry about where the next bill is going to come from, where the next payment is going to be made. And I went from worrying, well, will my dad make it through the night or to the next day, or is this food okay for him? How did his blood tests go? And still managing to struggle to kind of manage all the bills here and pay for everything, but just without having sold really any artwork. So I'm asking folks take a look at what I'm selling. I can lower the price drastically. I'd like to have an estate sale. I'd like to have a fundraiser here. I'm reaching out for help because I'm extremely overwhelmed. I know everybody is struggling, and you could say, oh, you woulda, shoulda, coulda. I didn't know what else to do other than quit my job and take care of my dad. Given the circumstances that we don't have much of a family, my brother was not really capable of being there after my mom died from my dad. And I had to do that. And there was no income. There was just a very small amount that would just kind of, placate basic survival needs. And if life isn't supposed to be that you're always working 7 days a week, 12, 16 hours a day, but that's how I found myself. Missing doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, putting everything else on hold, projects that need to be done. And as you can see, I repaired this roof and that real nicely. I need to do that in the other room. These things take time. And I don't know how much but it might cost a few $100s to fix this printer, but I think it's time. I'm trying to sell this. I listed it for sale. Nobody wants to buy my stuff. Hopefully my friend will come through and buy the car. I need to talk to my brother because I have to open up an estate account, and it requires both of us walking into the bank together and signing off on like $1,000 that's just stuck in a bank account, and it I think there's about 1,700, and that money really is supposedly supposed to go towards paying the debt of this estate, but I'm willing to give him at least half of it and be like, here, man, because he's not paying for his storage here. It keeps his stuff here. It's just overwhelming. You have a dysfunctional family situation, and the older sibling, I'm the only one left. I don't have any other family, folks. Don't have anybody. My dad's cousins, they're my cousins. My dad's brother is still alive, doesn't really contact me much, doesn't really, my dad's sister died, and my two cousins, I just don't really have much contact or relationship with them. They really don't really want to be like a family. So I've been on my own for now 20 years taking care of my parents since they came back from Europe. They left for Europe in the 90s and found out my mom got diagnosed with cancer in 2000, and she died in 2003. Really like to get a move on and communicate somehow about what to do now. So trying to figure things out, folks. If you can't afford even like a $20 print of art, please share this video. Maybe some rich, famous person, who knows, that buys art. Who do we know that buys art that's rich and famous? I don't know. I don't really know that many rich and famous people on speed dial I could call up. Be like, hey, I want to buy some art. But maybe you do. And, why should some other influencers out there flexing, going, rah, check me out, rah, rah, get rich and famous reviews when yours truly is actually struggling and busting his ass. I work hard, folks. I've worked hard my whole life, even while going back and forth to the hospital with my dad and taking care of him, being a caregiver. I still did shit. It's always working. And it's just, there's never enough money. And people, they look down upon you if you don't have money. They judge you. They think that there's something wrong with you. They think that you're dirty, you're stupid, you're a criminal, you're fucked up, or it's your own damn fault you don't have any fucking money, you know, or look at that, you know, you stupid artist, look at you, you know. I mean, it's like, people won't say that to the artists if they're famous, you know. You're fucking famous, then all of a sudden there's some respect and money attached, you know, to the validity of you being an artist. You know, I'm a child. I'm a child of love from the '70s. I was born in '74, and yeah. Hey, if anything, please share this video. Ollie's having an extremely hard time. I've been dealing with pain, anxiety, and honestly, there's just too many fucked up people in the world. When you deal with the public, unfortunately, you know, I've dealt with the public my whole life, but I've been dealing in the public in a high intensity capacity. And let me just put it this way: there's some people who I probably wouldn't, I would choose not to tolerate for more than a few seconds, and probably shouldn't be out in public, let alone near me. But you know, it's like that's the way the cookie crumbles. I mean, you know, unfortunately, this is New York. This is America, and you know, it's like you have certain people who live in a bubble or like in an ivory tower, and they're sort of they isolate themselves. They don't contact. They don't deal with the public so much. Unfortunately, well, maybe fortunately, I pay taxes for the police to deal with people who are assholes. I'm a good Samaritan. I believe it's self-defense, okay? But only if my life is in danger and I feel like, you know, someone is literally trying to cause me seriously bodily injury and harm. Cops can do that, but for some reason in our culture in America, there's a bravado. There's a small section of people who feel that no, they just gonna go around being mean and fucked up to people. It's sort of like the Wild West all over again. And now our country's so divided. We're on the cusp of some election now with these two old guys who are completely clueless. I'm sorry, man. Biden and Trump both are clueless. I mean, you got to be kidding me. That's not the people we need leading our country, folks. And people look at me like I'm weird. I'm some liberal crazy person. I'm not fucking crazy. You call me crazy, but I know right from wrong. Okay? And you know, I'm not too proud to beg. I don't beg for money in the street, but I'm not too proud to ask for help when I need it.